What up guys, it's your boy K-Flow. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the cabin mount chop and pinch welds on your Toyota Tacoma. Let's get this thing started. This video was brought to you by K-Flow's Crib, your #1 resource for Tacoma DIY projects. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell too so you're up to date with my latest video releases. All the tools and materials used in this video will be on my Amazon affiliate storefront. You can find that at amazon.kflow-crib.com. For those of you who are new to my channel, the purpose of my channel is to teach you mechanical skills using my Toyota Tacoma as a platform to do so. If you're looking to put 33-inch tires on your Tacoma and do a little bit of off-roading, you will need to do this mod. Bigger tires will cause rubbing, especially when you're articulating the suspension at uneven surfaces. And it's not the good kind of rubbing, if you know what I mean. If you're a pavement warrior and you're only going through flat roads and also light fire trails, then you can probably get away without doing this mod. Make sure you check out my other videos in this channel. So today, I'm going to show you how I did the cabin mount chop and the pinch weld punch.
Welcome, punch!
Now let's get to the garage. Here's what the current cab mount looks like, as well as the inner fender liner. Here, we measure out 3.5 inches and mark it out with a silver Sharpie. We go as close to the cabin mount as possible with a chop. Here's the inner fender liner, and we mark out the area where we're going to cut. It's good to be a bit more on the conservative side. It's easy to remove material, but remember, we can't put it back. Now, we take our angle grinder and chop out that area of the fender liner which exposes the pinch welds. Remove any leaves or debris that may have gotten stuck behind it. This is what it looks like once it's fully traced out. Here's what the traced line looks like from underneath. I go tangent to the circle to make it look as clean of a cut as possible. Now we cut the pinch welds every inch, being careful not to cut into the cab walls. Here's what it looks like once you're done cutting. Now we take our sledgehammer and beat that pinch weld inwards. We get it as flat as possible. And here's a few tips and tricks, guys. You gotta beat it like how Michael Jackson beats his meat.
Thank you.
We can take our angle grinder with the sanding flaps and remove the paint so that we can get a good ground on the truck. Now we take the plasma cutter and cut away the traced areas. We can take a pry bar and slowly pry off that part of the cab mount and cut away any more of the mount that holds that piece in place. Here's what it looks like once it's been completely cut with the plasma cutter. As you can see, the lines are a bit rough, so we take our angle grinder with sanding flaps and smooth out all of those edges. We can also start removing the paint around the areas to be welded. For all the areas that can't be reached by the sanding flaps, we can use a low grit sandpaper and sand the area by hand. Now, we can take our air compressor and blow out any of the dust and debris in the area. Here's what the final cut area looks like. So at this point, I did take a piece of cardboard and traced out that cut area on the cabin mount. And I transferred that traced out area onto a piece of 3/16 inch steel. We can then take our plasma cutter and cut out the steel. Then take it to a bench vise and smooth out all those edges as well. Here's what the final chop plate looks like. These are 50% thicker than the regular cabin mount chop plate. A regular chop plate online is only 1/8 of an inch thick, and these are 3/16. So I am currently setting up my brand new plasma table to cut a bunch more of these in a much more smoother fashion. It will be much neater than by doing it by hand, and I will be selling a whole bunch of these on my store, so make sure you check that out. Go to store.kflow-crib.com. Now let's get back to the truck. Now we prep the surface to be welded by wiping down the area with acetone. We can take our chop plate and tack it against the side closest to the frame. Then we can just weld that portion and then sand it smooth. Since there is a curvature to the mount, we can take a C-clamp and bend the chop plate to follow the curvature so that we can tack it in place. Then weld it and then sand it smooth. Now that it's all welded and sanded, here's what the cabin mount should look like. Let's clean up the surface as much as we can with acetone so we can prepare it for our primer and paint. Let's apply 3 to 4 layers on the cabin mount and onto the pinch weld. Don't forget to hit the back side of the chop plate as well, because that will rust if it's not protected by the paint. Here's what the finished job looks like. And man, does that look sexy. Here's a shot from underneath. Once you protected the area with paint, make sure you also apply some undercoating, some of that rubberized stuff, because that will at least help to prevent the paint from chipping. Also, depending on your suspension setup, you might need to cut away a little bit more of the plastic inner fender liner. Thanks for watching this video, guys, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for me if you haven't yet, because that does help my channel out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you really like my channel, you can help out by becoming a Patreon patron. Go to patreon.kflow-crib.com. That's pretty much it for today, guys. Peace out.